Everyone thinks mac and cheese is simple. Boil noodles, melt some cheese, done. And then they taste this one, and they want to know what's in it. The answer is everything you've already been using, plus one thing you're probably not. Medium-high heat. 3 tablespoons of butter. Once it's melted, flour goes in, the same amount. And then minced garlic and a tablespoon of yellow mustard right away. Cook this for about a minute and a half. You're cooking out the raw flour paste, and you want the roux to smell a little nutty. That's when you know it's ready. Now the spices go in while it's still dry. Garlic powder, onion powder, and Cajun seasoning. I'm using Slap Ya Mama Hot. This is the move that most mac and cheese recipes skip entirely, and it's the reason this one doesn't taste like everything else. Yellow mustard in a roux isn't just for flavor. Mustard contains compounds that actually help emulsify sauces. It acts like tiny natural stabilizers, so your cheese is less likely to break and go great. First, cup of cold milk, and cold is important here. If you add hot milk to a hot roux too fast, it concedes. Cold gives you a second to whisk it smooth before it starts to thicken. Whisking constantly, you'll see it start to thicken in about 90 seconds. Once it does, add the second cup of cold milk. Same process, whisk until it's smooth, let it come back up. Now we're going to turn the heat down just a bit, let that thicken. We're going to add that first cup of cheese, and gently stir that in. We're not looking to break the cheese up, we're just looking to have a slow melt here. Second cup comes in. Again, gently stir that. You don't want to agitate the proteins too much, or you'll get a very grainy sauce. Now the Velveeta goes in. Drop the heat to low. This is the ingredient that keeps the sauce creamy on the smoker. Regular cheese alone will tighten up and separate under heat. Velveeta holds everything together. Velveeta was actually invented in 1918 as a way to use up cheese scraps that couldn't be sold. But the reason it melts so perfectly is because it's made with sodium citrate, which is a salt that keeps the proteins in the cheese from clumping. important to let all those cheeses really blend together, along with all the flavors and different textures within the cheese sauce. On a low heat, this is going to sit there and simmer, and those flavors are really going to combine. Fats are going to redistribute, and this part is kind of important, so pay attention. Turn the heat up a bit. You don't want it to burn to the bottom of the pan, but you want it to be runny enough so that when you pour it over your noodles, it'll be nice and creamy. It will distribute inside and outside all of the noodles that you're going to give it. The noodles have been boiled to an al dente. They're drained and they're ready. Not soft, not mushy. They're going to keep cooking on the smoker, so you want them firm. Look at that cheese sauce. Pour the cheese over the sauce and fold. Don't stir hard, just combine. Then a handful of shredded cheese over the top and a 1/4 cup of Italian breadcrumbs scattered across. This folding motion is going to help get the cheese on the inside and outside of those noodles, and you're not going to be breaking them up so that as people are eating them, they're going to be getting whole noodles. We're going to go 225 on the smoker, 45 to 60 minutes. You're not looking for temperature. You're looking for that breadcrumb crust to go dark and set. That's your signal. After about 45 minutes, you can see that cheese is erupting from within. I've got a nice dark crust and those breadcrumbs are set up tight. Look at that crust. The breadcrumbs went dark, the cheddar underneath bubbled and set, and the sauce below is still creamy. That Cajun seasoning is in every bite. The smoke is there, but it's not overwhelming. It's the background. This is the version that people ask about at parties.